Welcome in to the Campsite RV Campfire Story Podcast. My name is Kelly. Alongside me is Jason. Jace, how you doing today?
Good. Here we go. Start this off, right?
Yep, that's right. This is going to be the first episode that we've done. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different things on this podcast here. Anywhere from RV maintenance to parts to even some campfire stories.
Yeah, that's our goal. You know, we want this to be organic and natural. So we're going to touch on a little of everything from, you know, what you do when you're camping, how you camp, what we should do, how we should do it, where you should go, do's and don'ts of the industry, and, you know, hopefully get people's opinions and thoughts on the whole process for us to share with other people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what the point of this podcast is going to be. It's going to be a weekly show that we'll be uploading, and feel free to listen in and let us know what you think and give us comments. So we'd love to hear your feedback. But it being the first episode, I kind of want to talk about how Campsite became what it is today. So Steve and Tom, Steve McCarville and Tom Kubik are the owners, and they started back first both owning a Phillips or Steve and Tom 66, a gas station right up on the corner there by the stoplight, Jason. They kind of got to a point in life where they were wanting to kind of do something different. The economy started to shift a little bit, and they needed something else to, you know, put money in their pocket. So that's kind of when they both put their heads together and said, how about we start selling used RVs?
Yeah, and you know, when they were getting into it, we grew up camping, of course, and we had a pop-up trailer, a Jayco, actually, and I believe your parents dropped us off one day at my house, and your dad asked my dad, hey, would you ever be interested in selling your pop-up?
Yep.
We're thinking about getting into the RV industry. So one of the first RVs that was sold through your guys' dealership was the unit I grew up camping in.
Yeah.
So kind of a crazy story, and you know, here we are today.
Yeah. Yep. No, you know, and so basically, actually in 1992, and that's when they said, you know, that's kind of when they first started kind of purchasing used RVs, and then actually in the fall of 98 and in 99, they actually took on a brand new line. So they went out and they bought 5 trailers from Indiana. That's where pretty much the RV industry is all manufactured out there. So they actually bought 5 campers. I believe it was 2 pop-ups and 3 just travel trailers, small travel trailers. And they ended up selling all 5 of those, and they ordered 5 more back. And each time they kind of would add 1. So it was 6, then it was 7. Next thing you know, here we are today with 256 units on our lot.
Yeah, right now I think on the lot we have 13 different available lines, or products I should say. So travel trailer, fifth wheel, that's featherlight trailers, truck campers. So there's 13 different product lines from starting with 2 to now 13. That's, you know, it's a big jump. It's pretty impressive when you think about it, where they started and where they're at now.
Yeah. Well, and with that being said, you know, owning an RV, it seems like there's always things that break, or you might need something fixed. I mean, because it is a house on wheels. Yeah. You know, hook your house up and drive it down the road and see what happens. So, with that being said, that's why we expanded our service center too. You know, when we first built out here in 2008, we had 9 bays at the time. And then 2 years ago, we ended up putting on another 9. So, and that's been just a fantastic asset to our business. So, you know, we can service twice the amount of customers in half the time. So, and then that's what people want. It's not like a vehicle where you drive it every day. A camper is one thing that the average person might use it 6 to 7 times a year. So that weekend they do have planned, they want to use it.
Yeah, and with those bays, you have a paint and body.
Yep.
You have a hoist bay.
Yep.
And then you have 2 construction bays for slides, roofs, floors. And then you have a full parts bay, right?
Yep.
So, what is it, 16 total? And then 13 service-specific bays?
Yes, 13 specific bays just for everyday service. And then we got some, you know, like you said, your paint booth and the construction bays and things like that for work that might take a little bit longer. So, yeah, and you know, and another thing too that we offer here at Campsite is, you know, if you don't want to buy one, you're on the fence, you're saying, well, I don't know if I really want to, give us a call, and we rent. We have a rental fleet of 13 travel trailers, sleep anywhere from 5 to 6 people. And I tell you what, this is the way to go if you just want to see if you even like camping. People rent from us 2 or 3 years, and then they'll say, you know what, we enjoyed it enough where we're going to buy something. So
yeah, it helps me out on the sales side. Really what it is I get first timers that never owned a camper in their life and they just want to try it.
Correct.
Well, it's a good opportunity to get into something, try it, and know if you're going to like it. And with that being said, the 13 lines that we have an entry level unit all the way up to a full time unit, and that's new and used.
Yep.
We have a pop up trailer on a lot, and we have a luxury, a luxury unit that you could live in 6 months of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a unit for everybody out there. It's just finding the right one within your budget, family size, towing capabilities, so on and so forth.
No, yeah, it's exactly. You nailed it right on the head there. And even if you're not looking for a camper, another thing that we do offer that we took on, about 5 years ago, is Featherlight.
Yeah, the Featherlight trailer sales.
Yeah, that's been a great addition for us. Anything from utility all the way up to, you name it, your custom trailer, they can build it. So, when we have a nice fleet of those also as well.
Yeah, we got 12-foot trailers all the way up to living quarter horse trailers, living quarter toy haulers, and it's a product line that we partnered with 2 locally owned industries in Cresco.
Yep.
Featherlight Trailers here in town and the campsite. So it was a good partnership to help both of us grow, and we've got Featherlight Trailers in Chile, we got Featherlight Trailers in New Zealand, Florida. They're all over the United States. So it's just another way to get our brand out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Featherlight's well known. We had people all the time tell me, I was down playing basketball one time in Daytona for college, and we were playing a school in Daytona Beach there, and a guy was taping my ankle before the game, and I got talking to him about it, and he got he works part time at the race when it comes to town. It kind of seems like that's what everybody does in that town, is everybody chips in and helps when the race is in town because it's such a big event. But anyways, I got talking about Featherlight, and instantly he's like, "Oh yeah, you bet, I know where that's at." Or he knew about it, he didn't know where it was at. So I kind of told him that it's in a town of 3,800 people in the northeast Iowa, and he's like, "Really? You would have never guessed." So it was kind of neat, but instantly he knew who Featherlight was.
Yeah, it's been a good partnership for Campsite RV, and again, another way just to brand our name as far as who we are and services we offer. So.
Correct. So that's a little bit about Campsite, and how we got to, from where we were back in the 90s to where we are now in 2020. Right. So I kind of wanted to start the first episode off just explaining that. But other things we'll be talking about on these podcasts, like I said, is kind of going to be all over the board. Everywhere. It's not going to be only just RV.
No, we might not even talk about RVs.
No, and we also want to hear your guys' funny campfire stories, or maybe some favorite recipes that you would recommend. And you could message us on our Facebook. We'd love to hear from you guys. You never know, we might even, if you're in here shopping, we might say, "Hey, come on in. We're gonna get you on the show."
Yeah, and that's what we want. I mean, we want it to be fun. It's a new method of reaching out to people. Like I said, we want to hear what you guys do in your camping, hacks, recipes, food, campgrounds, because there's a lot of people out there.
Correct.
That they're prone to one area, and they might not know there's a campground 20 miles from here, or they might only cook certain foods on this day where it's just going to be fun for everyone to get new ideas.
You're always listening or looking or for something new. How many times you go home and
it's the same old.
Yeah, you say, let's make something different for supper. Well, camping's going to be the same thing, or it could be a different campground. What do you have a favorite memory, Jace, when you went? What did you like to do when you would go camping? What was your favorite thing?
Well, we went to a place called Super Saw, of course, and we would crawdad hunt all day, and we'd gather enough of these crawdads that we'd actually cook them in a soup can. We would put them in there, a little butter and water, and we would have crawdads. That was something we did every single time we went camping. Oh, yeah. So how about yourself?
Well, we'd go to Super Saw too, and then we'd do the crawdad hunt, and then we'd also we'd build they had like a boat race where you'd build your own boat, and you'd had to have it done by like 3 o'clock or whatever, and then everybody meet down by the bridge, and you'd let them loose, and you'd run to the other side of the creek and see who won.
Yeah, the haunted hay rides were always fun too. we did that every
Yeah,
year. So
there's a lot of neat stuff like that. So that's the stuff we want to talk about here on this podcast. And like again, we'd like to hear your stories, along with a lot of other things we'll bring on the weekly show. One more thing, Jay, before I let you go. We got the big Super Bowl coming up.
Super Bowl, yep.
Who are you taking? Niners or Chiefs?
I'm going Kansas City. Just it's more of a local for us.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, we got a lot of Hawkeyes playing this
Four
weekend.
of them, four Hawkeyes. So I do like San Francisco for that reason, Beathard and Kittle. But Kansas City being a Midwest team, I think I'm going to run with them.
Yeah, it's going to be one heck of a game. I think I got to take the Niners. They seem pretty explosive right now. So
we'll see then. Next time we'll see who wins.
It'll be a pretty interesting game, I'll tell you that. So, but we're going to say goodbye for now. We'll see you next week. We want to say thank you to everybody for watching. Please tune in next week for our next podcast.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have a good day.